What it actually takes to become wealthy. Everyone wants to be wealthy, but not everyone is willing to pay the price. It's always easier and much more exciting to be able to spend money without thinking too hard about it. But the journey to that kind of lifestyle takes hard work. And beyond that, it takes the right knowledge, because it's one thing to put in a lot of effort, and it's quite another thing to channel that effort in the right direction. Today, we're going to be showing you what it takes to become wealthy. Without further ado, here are our top 10 tips. Number 1. Invent. Becoming an inventor isn't exactly an option that's available to everyone, that's for sure. But if you've got the brains for it, you could create something that you could go on to patent and sell to the market. It has to be something that people need, or at least would want to buy, of course. But many wealthy people built their wealth this way. So, this might be your path too. And successful inventions must not necessarily be high-tech products. You could just be creating something that's an improvement on an everyday product that already exists, and that could be just the thing that sets you off on the path to wealth. James Dyson didn't invent the vacuum cleaner, he invented a better one. Gianfranco Zaccai didn't invent the mop, he invented a better mop, the Swiffer. You can also do the same. Number 2. Innovate. Innovation involves finding out what people want and meeting those needs in a smarter and more efficient way. If you're able to create a better, more affordable, more efficient solution to people's problems, you can oust your competitors and gain the loyalty and money of your customers. Sometimes it's not even a newer product. Sometimes it's a new way of doing business altogether. Doing business in such a unique and attractive way that it immediately sets you apart from the rest in the market. One company that exemplifies this is IKEA. Ingvar Kamprad, by revolutionizing the furniture-making business, carved his own path to wealth. Nobody ever believed that making and selling furniture would be an exciting business. However, Kamprad introduced the idea of selling modern, yet economical furniture pieces imported from Sweden and other parts of Europe, and that narrative was completely changed. So, what product or business idea do you think you could innovate around? Well, give it a shot. Number 3. Become an entrepreneur. This is the most ancient path to wealth known to man. It's the very foundation for making money, exchanging goods and services for profit. That's what a business is about. It's true that starting a business can be tough, and it's probably a venture not for everybody. But if you've got sharp business sense, as well as the ability to see potential where no one else does, you could consider starting up a business. It's a proven path to wealth. Billionaire entrepreneurs typically work one of two ways. They could stumble on a great idea and then build the idea into a business from the ground up. Or they might spot someone with the great idea and then invest in that person's idea. Whichever path comes more easily to you can take you to your goal of becoming wealthy. Number 4. Invest. The Oracle of Omaha himself, Warren Buffett, is one person whose saving and investment habits have brought him where he is today. And where is he? Well, he's a billionaire. You can follow the same path too, that is, become more frugal and invest smarter. It's true that you cannot save your way into wealth, but you need seed money to invest. So, make sure you save. You also need insights. So, make sure you read and keep yourself abreast of the investment strategies and opportunities. Perhaps the easiest way to invest your money would be to invest in the stock market. It works for most newbies in the world of investing because it does not require a lot of effort on your part. Of course, it also means that it won't make you stinkingly wealthy, but it can help you build a neat little nest egg in a steady and consistent manner. If you're a little more educated about investments, you could dabble into real estate. This requires a little more in seed money though. So, if you don't have the required amount right now, you can add it to your list while you learn more about the niche. You can also begin by exploring crowd-funded real estate investment options like Fundrise. But while we encourage you to invest, you still want to guard against making flashy investments or just hopping onto every next big thing. You need to be careful before dabbling into investment opportunities that are all the rage, especially those that promise quick returns. Also, in your best interests, avoid investing in high-tech until you are a more experienced investor. High-tech can yield high returns, plus it's very intriguing, but it's also very high risk, which means you could lose all your money if you're not careful. Number 5. Live below your means so you have more money for assets and investments. Most of us buy way too much stuff, especially considering how much we earn. There isn't much of a problem with buying stuff, just as long as the stuff we buy are actually assets and not liabilities. The problem is, most people can't even tell the difference. In simple terms, assets bring money to your pocket, while liabilities take money out of your pocket. So, your house and car are most likely liabilities if you're not making money from them, and many people spend so much on these, as well as other kinds of liabilities. Try to learn to live with the basics and cut out the rest. Don't get caught up in the wave of consumerism that plagues America. It's what drives the get-rich-quick syndrome. Building wealth is a slow, methodical process, and on the way, you're going to have to learn how to be both content and ambitious at the same time. If you're an impulsive shopper, try to curb the habit by making a list of things you see online and want to buy, and then waiting for 30 days before clicking buy. Oftentimes, you'd find that you actually never needed that item you were about to pick up. Number 6. Get some education. And no, we're not talking about school. It does not have to be school, but you must invest in your financial education. Even if you're not naturally gifted in that area, having at least a basic understanding of how finances work can go a long way in helping you build wealth. So, pick up books and read. You already know the most popular book on the market in this aspect, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that. Also, pick up other books like I Teach You to Be Rich. Find out more about money works. If you know how money works, you can figure out how to make it work for you. And remember that education is not a one-off event. You have to keep being curious and open-minded even when you begin to make good money. If you kill your curiosity, you won't remain in the game for long. So, make sure you're ever learning. It'll open up your mind, help you see the potential where others do not, and help you see and understand old things in newer, fresher ways. Number 7. Avoid debt like the plague. Okay, to be totally frank, to become wealthy, you need to be in debt like Kiyosaki explains. You're going to need OPM, other people's money, if you're going to get rich. Now that's the good kind of debt. The problem, however, is that most people pile up bad debt, and that's the one that'll keep you from becoming wealthy. You cannot be wealthy or even financially independent if you have a huge pile of debt to your name. In other words, stop spending money you don't have, even if you think you're going to have it in the future. One area where people easily accumulate debt is on their credit cards, and it's a fact that credit card debt compounds faster than the speed of light, even faster than wonderful investment opportunities do. In fact, over time, they could compound so much you won't be able to pay it off no matter how much you earn. But that's not to say you can't get out of credit card debt. You just have to take huge, drastic measures. You can also take advantage of platforms that help you refinance your debt. Debt refinancing involves getting a newer loan on better terms to help settle an older, less favorable loan. It's one of your best strategies to pay off heavy debts, such as student loans, in such a way that you don't have to pay so much interest. Once you've refinanced your debt, you can then prioritize your most expensive debts, negotiate where you can, and try to settle those debts. Number 8. Create more streams of income. Warren Buffett makes it very clear, never depend on a single income. Having more than one income is actually more than a luxury. It should be considered a basic need. Especially in an economic climate as unpredictable as the one in which we live, having only one source of income is very risky. So you need to think of ways to diversify your income. And there are various ways you could do that. You could start up a business, and we already talked about that. But you don't even have to resign from your job to do that. It could just be something you run on the side in addition to your job. There are many side hustles you could take up, from signing up on Uber to putting up your place on Airbnb. You can also teach courses either online or offline. With time and hard work, you might even develop your side hustle into a full-fledged business. Number 9. Monitor your net worth. Yes, it can be scary looking at your financial statements, especially when you aren't exactly making a lot of money. But there's no getting around it if you want to be rich. So you might want to just suck it up and face your fears. As Pete Drucker said, what gets measured gets managed. So if you don't track your finances, you won't know what areas you need to work on and what areas you're doing great at. So track everything, what comes in and what goes out. It'll make you a more disciplined manager of your money. Number 10. Do not give up. The road to wealth is a long one and it requires a lot of patience. It's very rare to find someone who just stumbled on success overnight. It's just not the way it works. If you want to build wealth that lasts, then you need to develop endurance and resilience. Your first few tries might not be the game changer, but you're still in the game as long as you don't give up. So, whatever happens, however often you fail, don't get jaded. Just keep learning and giving it another shot. Also, there will be small wins on the way too. It's not always going to be failure after failure. In those moments when you win, no matter how small the win is, learn to savor it and enjoy it. It'll give you the strength and focus you need to keep going on. Number 11. You need the right friends. All your friends do not have to be multi-millionaires. But if your friends are mostly careless with their spending, it's going to be very difficult for you to be disciplined with yours. Friends do things together. That's what strengthens the friendship. If what they want to do mostly involves reckless spending, then sure enough, you'll find yourself doing the same, and you can't grow wealth that way. So if you have such friends, either orient them to do better or change them altogether. As you can see, it takes quite a lot to become wealthy, and some demands are easier than others. But as long as you stay determined and don't give up, you will achieve your dreams of building long-lasting wealth. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Did you learn a thing or two? Let us know what stood out for you in the comments section. Also, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Bye for now, and see you next time.